Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. I thought there's a lot of interesting articles circulating out of Afghanistan. If you've been paying attention to the news, there's a lot of stuff going on, and some of it pertains to Christians, so I thought I would throw out a couple articles this week. And I told myself I never wanted this channel to get political, so I'm not here to talk about political sides or anything like that. I thought I'd, provide a couple of articles that's happening that's not really being reported in the mainstream news, and it's pretty horrific. So let's just kind of jump into this. And I'm still recovering my cough from the coof there a few weeks ago. So if you hear me cough a little bit, we're just gonna have to deal with it and try to get through it. So let's jump into this. This comes from persecution.org. Fear and uncertainty dominate thoughts of Afghanistan's Christians living under Taliban rule. So if you've been paying attention to the news, there's a lot going on over there right now. A lot of Americans being trapped and a lot of them being Christians. And it's pretty horrific what's going to happen here. It's going to get worse. They're already starting to knock on doors of these people. And I've actually got another article that's going to come out after this one. So let's jump into this. This comes from the International Christian Concern. On Sunday, August 15th, Taliban fighters captured Kabul, effectively asserting complete control over Afghanistan. For the country's secretive underground church, the return to Taliban rule has filled many with fear and uncertainty. We're telling people to stay in their houses because going out now is too dangerous. A Christian leader in Afghanistan, whose name is being withheld for security reasons, told International Christian Concern (ICC) while a general amnesty has been announced by the Taliban. This leader fears that Christians will still be targeted by Taliban fighters patrolling the streets of Kabul and other cities. Afghanistan's Christian community is almost exclusively comprised of converts from Islam. Interesting. Some estimate the Christian population to be 10,000 to 12,000. And I've actually been reading even more recent articles. This came out, I think, almost a week ago, a little less than that. And there's even more people there, making it the country's largest religious minority group. However, due to extreme persecution, the Christian community remains largely closeted and hidden from the public eye. Their status as converts make Afghanistan Christians direct targets for persecution by both extremist groups and society in general. And you're already starting to see stuff like this in China, a bunch of other countries. This is already happening. And here we are in Afghanistan. It's already bad, and now it's going to get even worse. In Afghanistan, leaving Islam is considered extremely shameful, and converts can face dire consequences if their conversion is discovered. In many cases, known Christians must flee Afghanistan or risk being killed. And what's interesting, I actually just watched a video right before this. It was about 8 or 9 minute video. And there's a guy basically trying to get out. He's got a wife, 2 kids. One of them is a 3-year-old. And he wasn't able to get out. He was standing there at the Kabul airport yelling at Marines, say, hey, I'm an American, let me out, blah, blah, blah. And there's just so many people they couldn't even get out. And here they are just starting to knock on doors, and the Americans can't even get out. So we need to start protecting these people, but it's tough to, because obviously it's being overrun now. According to the Taliban's ideology, Afghanistan is a Muslim country and non-Muslims must leave Afghanistan or accept second-class status. For Christians coming from convert backgrounds, the Taliban will consider them apostates and subject to Sharia's deadliest consequences. Some known Christians are already receiving threatening phone calls, the Christian leader told ICC. In these phone calls, unknown people say, "We are coming for you." Could you imagine that? I live in America, and we've been blessed, but things are starting to get crazy here too, so who knows how long we'll even be able to put these videos here. But could you imagine just getting phone calls and getting massive threats for your life? I mean, you should see the comments I get on these YouTube videos from people, so I couldn't imagine as this this channel continues to grow, it's probably just going to get worse. Following the Taliban's victory, there have been no targeted killings of Christians reported in Afghanistan. However, Christian leaders fear that it is only a matter of time before killings are reported. It will be done mafia style, the Christian leader explained. The Taliban will never take responsibility. According to the Christian leader, life under Taliban rule is already very difficult for Christians in districts where the Taliban has held power. When the Taliban takes control of a village, and this article is already a few days old, and there's updated info that Christians are already being targeted and taken out. When the Taliban takes control of a village, they reportedly require all households to go to the local mosque to pray 5 times a day. Those who do not attend must provide good reason for missing a prayer, potentially outing any Christian converts. In some northern parts of Afghanistan, the Taliban is already enforcing its strict interpretation of Sharia law. Men are required to grow beards. Women cannot leave home without a male escort, and life is becoming more dangerous. In addition to the threats, many Christian families fear for the safety of their children. Just imagine that you're at home and people are knocking on your doors. And I mean, I've got 2 kids myself. I couldn't imagine being in these parents' shoes, how horrific that must be. Just put yourself in these families' shoes just for 5 minutes. Just think about what's going on. Many Christians fear that the Taliban will take their children, both girls and boys, like in Nigeria and Syria, the Christian leader explained. The girls will be forced to marry Taliban fighters, and the boys will be forced to become soldiers. Both will be sent to madrasas to be brainwashed. You already see this all over the world. In China, you see these camps, and they just brainwash these communist principles. And you think about the schools even here in America. You guys always know I like to bash on evolution, but people are being brainwashed. I had a guy literally comment on one of my videos that whales evolved from land into the sea. They just magically just got rid of their legs and started just swimming. This is what people believe, and this is what's being taught to kids from a very young age. It's nonstop from kindergarten all through middle school and high school to college. People are being brainwashed from these schools. And I appreciate what our teachers do. I have much respect for them. But when it comes to a lot of these subjects being taught, it's not their fault. It's the states and the higher governments getting involved just teaching this garbage. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there. But the point is, this happens all over the world of kids being completely brainwashed to someone else's ideology. To evidence this concern, the Christian leaders shared a written declaration by the Cultural Commission of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, another name of the Taliban, declaring their intention to marry girls and young widows to Taliban fighters. The declaration said, in order to eradicate the ignorance of irreligion and also social problems of the youth in these provinces in general, the officials of the Islamic Emirate ordering all the people of these provinces, especially tribal elders, village khans, and mullahs, mosques to list young girls. How crazy is that? They're over 15 years old, and widows should be handed over to the Mujahideen Cultural Commission of the Islamic Emirate under the age of 45. God willing, these sisters will come to the religious marriage of the Mujahideen in order to learn pure Islamic lessons and accept Islam. With all civilian flights out of Afghanistan canceled indefinitely and the borders controlled by the Taliban, many Christians in Afghanistan find themselves stuck in a dangerous situation. Uncertainty and fear of discovery dominate the thoughts of many Afghan Christians. Prior to the Taliban retaking the country, Open Doors ranked Afghanistan second on its World Watch list. The only country to outrank Afghanistan in Christian persecution is North Korea, according to Open Doors. Persecution in Afghanistan is only very slightly less oppressive in North Korea. So that's it. That's the article. I just thought it was interesting. I don't think a lot of news outlets cover this stuff. It isn't even just about the Christians, just about Americans and what's going to happen. All these poor people, all these families, they're just going to get persecuted. They're just going to keep getting taken out. So I just want to hear to spread awareness. I don't know too much about this website. It looks like you can donate, but I just kind of wanted to get the word out. I think it'll be awesome as this content keeps growing. This would be something interesting to do, that we can start giving to these people overseas and taking care of them. So that's it. I've actually got another article coming out as well. It should be pretty interesting, and we'll see you guys next time. Talk to you soon.